I've got a lot to say to Noah James.
Oh, do it.
First of all, my real name is Feathermore Burbage, and I
Ah,
have.
whoa! Whoa! What? Oh, you just made my day.
My helpful ghost ancestor roommate.
Oh, yes. Wow.
Nothing ever dies on the internet.
Oh, yes. Well, you know what's funny is I created that. We filmed that like right before starting, maybe 4 or 5 days before starting The Chosen. And so I had to grow my beard very quickly. I had to take some beard growing supplements to go from English gentleman to
But you did it's a very funny concept. It reminds me there was an English show in the 60s called My Partner the Ghost. And
I didn't know that, but I love that.
But I thought, wow, why don't we just put some money into this and make it a real mini series? So there.
Yes. Listen, I appreciate the vote of confidence. I like it.
Or a musical. There.
Oh, okay.
So, well, congratulations on The Chosen. I mean, you've been with the program for a while now, and I would imagine that every day is just a joyful occasion when you're on set, and of course, hearing from the amount of fans that the program has.
It's honestly hard to quantify the fact that it means so much to so many people. And being a part of something that has so many positive ripples out into the world and makes people feel, good and hopeful, optimistic. It's an incredible thing. And filming it can be a challenging shoot. It's not an easy thing to film, but it is the most rewarding thing that I've ever filmed. It asks so much of us as artists and actors. And we all just really every day try to bring our, blood, sweat, and tears, quite literally, to it. And seeing the response to the work has been just absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I've been on the set a couple of times when it was being filmed here in Salt Lake in Utah. And, Dallas runs a pretty wonderful ship. I mean, he is a great captain. But he's also a very understanding director when it comes to extras and how he treats those people and how you guys interact with the extras as well.
Oh, I mean, the set is a completely welcome, warm, open place. And so it's almost would be crazy to think that Dallas wouldn't treat everyone with respect. I mean, it's everyone is there to do their job as well as they possibly can. So, I mean, it doesn't matter. There's no, huge hierarchy or something happening on the set. We're all there for a purpose, and so we need every single person who's there. We need to make it as good as it can be.
Talk to me a little bit about your history. You grew up in Tempe, Arizona.
I did grow up in Tempe, Arizona.
You and Steven Spielberg.
Yes, Spielberg grew up not too far in Scottsdale, I believe. But we're from the same hood. And then
years ago, I directed a play out in Tempe. It was The Boyfriend out at the Scottsdale Community Theater.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
My shoes melted in the summer.
Yeah. Oh well, we would when school would start back up in August, we would be running the track and it was 124 degrees outside sometimes. I mean, it was brutal, a totally insane place to live. Yeah.
When did the acting bug bite you, and how did it bite you?
Yeah, so I always had a desire to perform. I always was drawn to performance, drawn to film and live performance, but I didn't quite know that I wanted to have a role in it until my freshman year of high school. And I took drama. I didn't really know what I was getting into, but I auditioned for the fall play. It was this British farce called See How They Run. and I didn't know what I was doing. They were supposed to be cold reads, which is a very strange way to audition for a play, but I did not abide by those rules. I took the sides home with me and read them over because I didn't understand, what I was doing. And it was this Cockney police officer, and I didn't even know what Cockney really meant. So I was like, maybe it's something like the characters in Shrek. Like, how do I approximate this accent as a little kid? But also, my family has been in the arts for a very long time. My mom was an actress for a little while before becoming a lawyer. My uncle is a writer. My grandmother is a sculptor. And so that's been around me. That's been in in my blood. And so from then on, I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the community that theater brings, the type of people that put themselves into plays, television shows, films. From then on, it was history.
How did you earn your SAG card?
So I earned my SAG card. When I came out to Los Angeles, I did a short film that was about these three sailors who went down with the ship in World War II in Pearl Harbor, and they were stuck down there. It was a true story. This short film called Dog It Down. And then from there, I got eligible. I started doing some other work. I was on the final season of the reboot of 90210. That was my first television gig as this obsessed comic book fan, a very obnoxious character. And then from there, I did a few other things, and I was cast in La La Land. But that whole sequence that I was in isn't in the movie. So from being in La La Land.
So it's just your word.
Yes, exactly. Being in La La Land when that isn't in the final cut. That kind of, once I booked that, I knew that I wanted to kind of pay my dues, as it were, and get into the union.
Yeah, and it's a brilliant thing to do if you're constantly working. I mean, I have my I didn't bring it in. I have my little SAG-AFTRA mug that I drink out of, and
okay.
Yeah. So yeah, but I'm in Utah, so the dues aren't as high here as they are.
Yes. The dues are high, but it is nice. I mean, like, to have a union that has your back and make sure that you work a livable wage, and it's definitely I'm very happy to be a part of it.
As a single mom, I want to make sure my kids have healthy teeth. Going to the dentist can be expensive. Just a simple cleaning can cost over $100. Then I found TDA, and for about $1 a day, Total Dental Administrators covers my family on over 200 dental procedures. Whether you're an individual, a family, self-employed, or retired, your acceptance is guaranteed for one of these policies. Call or click for your free information kit and see how affordable dental health can be.
Follow me. I will. Rabbi.
You as well. Yes, you, James and John. Come, follow me.
And getting back to The Chosen, I mean, Andrew is such a, we used to say in the theater, it's a plum role, because you've got such a following for Andrew, and you're allowed to be funny, you're allowed to be very human in your exchanges with the other cast members, and you get to grumble.
I do get to grumble. I do. I really do. Nothing in my professional life has required as much of me as an artist and an actor as Andrew in The Chosen. And so to that, I am eternally grateful to be a part of it and to be able to bring my self, my soul, my blood, sweat, and tears into the part. And And I'm really excited for this upcoming season because some of what happens in season 2, some of that grumbling, some of the anxieties or outbursts start to come to fruition. You see the result of some of that behavior, and so that was really fun to dive into and just explore different facets of Andrew.
The first 2 episodes of season 3 are going to be released in the theater, and everything is sold out. It is just an amazing event.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, it's really great. People, by the way, people can get their tickets at fathomevents.com. The chosen tickets. Yeah. And so what's great is that as people buy tickets, they start adding more theaters. Yeah. And it's really, Fathom Events has seen that people really want to see The Chosen in theaters. And so we're, here in LA, there's still seats available. I literally just bought my tickets, bought it for a small friend group. We're going, and it's great to see theaters added, and just I hope it really takes off.
God bless the fans on this, because there wouldn't be Chosen without the fans constantly donating and constantly buying products to help support the show.
The Chosen wouldn't be what it was without the fans, metaphorically and quite literally wouldn't be what it is without the fans.
It's the truest form of public broadcasting, I think.
Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely is. We've had support, not just, financially, but just people telling us what it means to them, how it's affected their lives. That definitely buoys us as we're, filming in the middle of a field in 105 degree heat. It's helpful to know that it really is reaching people worldwide, truly worldwide.
What have you learned about Andrew that you may have not known, as a historical character and as a religious character?
Well, there's a lot, but I didn't know specifically about season 3. I was made aware that Andrew is the one who presents the loaves and fish to Jesus at the feeding of the 5,000. And the feeding of the 5,000 is it's a big focus of this season, as we have made known. That's no spoiler. But I think that's a really interesting point to the character, that when 5,000 people must be fed, Andrew brought, and you'll see how it all transpires in the show, but brought this small amount of food, and just at the end of the day presents and gives whatever he can give, even if he doesn't think that it's nearly enough or could make any dent whatsoever. And it's a fascinating journey of belief and faith that you'll see towards the end of this season for a lot of the disciples, but definitely specifically Andrew in that moment.
The writing is so crisp, and I would imagine that each script that you get, each episode you get, is just like being handed a blessing.
Oh yeah, I will say, even these first 2 episodes of season 3 that will be out in theaters, when I read the first episode, I thought, even if they send Andrew away on a task or something for the rest of the season, even just the first episode, I was happy. I said there's so much to play with and so much to dive into that I was just thrilled. I mean, truly thrilled to just even read the first episode. And then there are 8 more. And so or 7 more. And so I just, again, it's the most that's been asked of me. And I'm so happy to be able to give that of myself to the part.
As an actor, though, this must be a great education for you. Working with Jonathan and working with Kirk, all these wonderful people that are surrounding you. I don't think you can go to a master class and get better help.
No, spending all the time that we have on set, and it's been a long time, and we filmed the first 4 episodes only of season 1. Then we came back to film 5 through 8. We didn't know whether we'd be doing season 2, and then hopefully we get to that 7th season that's planned. But that whole time, we've been just trying to get better and better at doing our jobs, And it definitely starts at the top. It starts with Jonathan and learning how he can be so generous of himself when he's not even on camera, and that you learn that when someone opposite you is giving the best performance they can, it really lifts everyone. It lifts your performance. It lifts the scene. It makes everyone do really, really great work. And so we all just really try to be generous of spirit with each other. And I think that's one of the biggest things about the set, is that we all try to be there for each other and really make sure that the other person is having the best performance that they possibly can have.
This portion of Screen Chatter is presented by VP Dental. Check out our great dental plans starting at just $16 per month. The sets that they're building in Texas, the set that you used here in Salt Lake, that's got to add and inform your character.
Oh, it's incredible. We are so grateful to film where we film. I can't say enough for what it's like to feel like you really are there 2,000 years ago. It certainly makes it easier on us, because you don't have to block out so much modern stuff, or you know, it gives you a level where you don't have to pretend that much. And that's it's really the sets even just now that have been built in Texas, and that incredible set in Goshen, it really inspires awe. And so it's not hard to feel like you really are walking into Jerusalem and seeing what it would be like back then.
Do you have any want to direct an episode of The Chosen?
Oh, well, that's because I know on a lot of TV shows they have guest directors and people come in, for an episode or two each season. But I mean, I love directing and I totally would be interested in directing, but not so much on The Chosen, because The Chosen is, the way The Chosen works is Dallas helming the ship, and Dallas is there every single day. I mean, I cannot even believe what this guy does. He is on set every day directing. Then, when we would be in a hotel in Dallas, the city, and it would be, 10, 11 p.m. Dallas is coming in on the phone, and we're like, hey, he's like, I'm on the phone with the editor. Then he goes and just sits in the lobby, starts editing at 11 p.m. We're like, what are you doing? Like, take a break, man. And this guy just works tirelessly, and The Chosen would not be anything without Dallas. And he really does. He just brings his all every single day. He literally does not know another way to do it. And we're so, it's amazing as an actor to have a director like that.
Do you want to get back onto a live theater at some time?
Oh yeah, I mean, I started actually my acting career in many ways in LA with theater. Mm-hmm. There's an amazing theater out here that I think called the Odyssey Theater, where I did a few plays. Actually, the first play I did out here was A Midsummer Night's Dream. I played Lysander, and that's the bug to just be doing theater in LA for a long time. The last play that I did out here was a play called Bad Jews, which is this incredible comedy about a Jewish family who fight amongst themselves, and that it certainly rings to me, being from a Jewish family. And so
it's bickering that I love, yeah.
The bickering, the fighting, and it really dived into a lot of theological ideas as well, and this idea of some part of the family being secular, some part of the family being religious, and how they can butt heads. And it's an incredible play. And so I really, whenever there's an amazing play like that, where I get to just dive in, I try to do it. But it's hard, because it's hard to make a living doing theater. And so I enjoy doing television and film. I really, really do. But every once in a while, I'm like, want to do a Shakespeare play, want to go out and do something.
And I find that The Chosen has a lot of Shakespeare running through it as well. I mean, you just can't get away from those thoughts of saying, wow, this is Lear, this is Romeo and Juliet, and That means it's so universal in its presentation of Jesus and the apostles.
Absolutely. I totally agree. I'm a big Shakespeare aficionado. I love Shakespeare. And so I think that, one of the things that I say, and I think it's why fans respond so well to The Chosen, is that we all have all of these characters within us. We all have a part of us that is Nicodemus, that is Mary, that is Andrew, Simon, any of these disciples, the Romans. And so we have this ability to see these characters that are so well brought to life on screen and empathize and feel like, oh, that's what it would be like if I was in ancient Judea 2,000 years ago.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. This is a serious problem, but one we can solve. Visit feedingamerica.org to help. Together we can solve hunger. Together we're feeding America.
Our time is up. My gosh, Noah, it is such a pleasure to talk to you. I'm going to try to find you on social media and just I want to continue our conversation because I'm having a ball.
It's been a great time meeting you and talking with you, Tony.
Thank you, my friend, and all the best to you, and good luck. Break a leg, as we say in the theater, and I'll catch up with you some other time.
Definitely, please do. Please do.
Right. You take care, my friend.
Bye.
Bye-bye.